The Cube Kathmandu 1625 is a touring e-bike. So I bought this back in 2024 for £2,600, reduced from £3,200. I used to be a really keen cyclist, especially road cycling. I used to have a Boardman SLR 8.9. I didn't really get out much with it, and I just didn't really appreciate having an ultralight bike. So I wanted to have the absolute opposite. I wanted to have a bike that could take me anywhere, which is why I started looking at e-bikes. I'm still on 69% battery, so I am so impressed by this bike. I've been up really steep hills. I've got a really heavy pack. So yeah, thoroughly impressed by the range and the performance of this bike. So I bought this bike for commuting, and it's done an absolutely fantastic job. So I will be talking a lot about that in this review. So if you're thinking about buying this bike for commuting, then this is the review for you. So let's take a look at some of the specs of this bike. Starting with the wheels, it's got 36H wheels, really thick, really comfortable to ride on. You've also got two mud guards, one on the front, one on the back. You've also got a front LED light and a red LED light. So you've got a display on here. It's quite simple. When you do press the buttons, it does go backlit, so you can use this and see this in the dark. You've got a bell included. You've got your control panel for controlling the electrics and controlling the motor. One thing that really surprised me is that over here is the cable for the motor, and if that disconnects, then the whole motor stops working, and it really surprises me how easy that is to take out. Maybe that is for maintenance or cleaning or whatever, but I think that's a design flaw that came out within my first week, I think, of using this bike, and I couldn't figure out how to get the motor working again, and it was just because that cable was disconnected. So you've got an aluminium frame. It is quite heavy, it's over 26 kilograms, so this is not a light bike. So if you are thinking of using this for public transport, dragging it up and down stairs, you might want to consider a lighter bike. Now ideally, public transport like train stations do have lifts, but that's just not always the case. So this bike is heavy. If I try to lift this, that is a heavy bike, and that is hard to carry. On the back, you've got a rear rack, which is quite useful, and then this can lift up, which is quite useful. I've put my bike lock on it, so I don't really feel the weight. You've got a Bosch motor. It's the Bosch Performance CX motor. So this is a Generation 4 motor. The latest version is Generation 5. I think this motor is fantastic. It's very powerful. It can take me up virtually any hill. There has not been a hill yet that this bike can't take me up. You've also got lots of Shimano parts. You've got a kickstand. Just while we're talking about the kickstand, one problem that I've found is the bike does sometimes fall over. So if you have the bike like that, it will roll downhill. So the best way to use the kickstand is put it down and then twist the handlebars. So I have dropped this bike many times specifically because of that. I think there are probably two things you're probably thinking of. One, how does this ride and how does it feel? And what is the range?
So I've just cycled 122 kilometers on this bike, mostly on eco mode, and it's actually got 20% battery left, which is absolutely incredible.
So now let's go and take it out for a ride, and let's see how I find it. There's only one way that I would describe riding this bike, and that is fun. This bike is really fun to ride. It's got a really powerful motor, so you can get away quick. The thick tyres make it a really comfortable ride. It's just fun. If you haven't had an e-bike before, definitely go give one a go, because they are so fun to ride. I love riding my bike, and I never have to think about hills. I never have to think about it being too difficult for me. I also like that e-bikes are quick. I think when you're riding e-bikes, I think when you're just riding a bike on the road, sometimes you can feel like a burden to other cars. But in the city, e-bikes can just get away really quickly from traffic. Just like now, I've got traffic behind me, but I can start pedaling quite quick and I can keep up with slow cars. So if you're in London or say Wales or anywhere where there's a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit, e-bikes will be fantastic for commuting. And I really enjoy riding this bike. It's good fun. So, who is this bike for? It's an expensive bike. It's more than quite a lot of used cars. It's a big investment. So, who is this bike for? This bike is for people that are commuting over 15 miles a day. It's for people that want a really comfortable ride. It's for people that want to cycle for several hours and do trails. It's also great if you're thinking about doing bike packing. It's got a rear rack and it will take you there. It's got a really big battery. I have ridden over 2,000 miles on this bike and I absolutely love it. So this is a pretty steep hill. If I were to go down this, I'd be going very quickly. And as you can see, it just flies up it. Really easy. And that is what this motor is all about. It makes it really nice to just cycle up. Again, I think on a road bike or any bike, that'd be quite hard, where I've barely broken a sweat cycling up this.
So, some of you might be thinking, how much is this bike going to cost to maintain? And you'll be pleased to find it wasn't as much as I thought it would be. So after the first year, I found an interim service was £120, and I thought that was pretty good. And then after 2 years, it's cost just over £200, and that's for a new chain and cassette. So we're looking about £350 over 2 years. And I think if you're going to use this bike for commuting, it's going to save you a lot of money in petrol. So there is my review of this Cube Kathmandu e-bike. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, please do feel to leave them below, and thank you very much for watching.